Hi and welcome to the next tutorial. Today we'll be looking at how to create a very simple zoom transition using Adobe After Effects. Now it's quite simple, so let's jump into After Effects. So once in After Effects and we've just imported our files, we then can go to a new composition and we can just make sure that it's in full HD 1920 by 1080 and we're using 23.976 frames. The duration, don't worry too much about, we can fix it up later. So now I've got my two clips and I'm just dragging them to my timeline. Now I'm getting clips that are similar in color. So in this case, you know, they're both green and they kind of sit well together. So they're both in a forest, things like that. So I'm just going to zoom in and just make sure that they are just right next to each other. Okay. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to go and we have to create a new adjustment layer. And we're going to put this layer right at the top. And what we are going to do is we are just going to trim this adjustment layer down. So I'm just going to trim it over on that side, and I'm just going to split this clip on this side by going to edit, split layer, and just deleting that. And now I kind of want to make it a little bit even on both sides. So what I have to do is, and I don't want this transition to go for that long, if I keep zooming in until I get to my frames, I can see that I'm here on frame 7. So I'm just going to make sure that I get it at 10 frames at least. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if I can do the same on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, cool. So now I've got that. I'm just going to add a marker here by going to add marker. And so when we use this transition again, we know that that's the middle point, and we can make our clips easier to actually use and understand. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to put an effect on here, which is called optics compensation. So I'm just going to drag that to my adjustment layer, and I'm going to click on reverse lens distortion, and I'm just going to change my field of view. So I'm going to click on the stopwatch icon, then I'm going to press U on my keyboard to bring up my field of view. And basically what this is going to look like, I'm just going to move this over maybe 1 frame, and I'm just going to change the field of view. So it's going to be 160. All right, and you can already see what's happening to my video. And then I'm going to move all the way to the start of my transition and just going to change it to 100. So now if I go through that, I can see that that effect we've just done is now causing that video to kind of distort. So I'm just going to grab another keyframe for right here at the middle point, and then I'm going to move to the end of that transition and then just reset that back down to 0. So now it kind of goes in and goes out. The next thing that we have to do is we have to put a transform effect on here. So if I go and find transform, put it onto my adjustment layer, I now can worry about the scale in here, and what we are going to be doing is we're going to be adding a few keyframes for scale. So the first keyframe that we are going to add is this one here, right under this one, and that I'm going to click on the stopwatch icon, and that I'm going to bring up to about 180. Okay, I'm going to move to the start of that animation, and I'm going to put that down to 100. So back it resets, and then I'm going to do 2 things over here. All right, I'm going to change this one to 20, and then I'm going to reset it on the other side back at 100. Now it looks a bit strange right now because it goes so small. So what we have to do is we have to stretch this out so that it looks like it's on the whole screen. Now to do that, you can use this effect which is called motion tile, And if I click and drag that to my adjustment layer, I just need to move this all the way to the top, on top of my optics compensation, because otherwise it just won't work. And I just need to change the output width until it goes over the screen, so probably around about 500. Alright, and change the output height to something like 500 as well. And I'm just going to press on mirror edges, and so now when I run through that, you don't see that small little box anymore. And now the effect is really coming into shape. Okay, so the effect looks pretty cool. It's very kind of choppy, and there's no real acceleration or anything like that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some acceleration and deceleration to the transform. So I'm going to find all these keyframes, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the keyframe assistant by right clicking and going into Easy Ease. And then I'm going to click on this graph editor over here. And so what we need to do here is we just need to change the acceleration. So I'm going to grab this yellow dot and just move it over. And I'm going to grab this yellow dot and move that one back as well. So now we've got this acceleration that starts fairly slow and then it ramps up really, really quickly. So what that looks like is something like this. So it starts off slow, 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 and then it just goes real quick, and then the rest of the animation kicks in. So I'm going to do the same for these two keyframes, just going to make them Easy Ease and then go into my graph editor. And I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time it's the other way. So I'm just going to move this one back, and so now the ramp goes from really fast and then it slows down. So now I've got that nice smooth kind of effect. And you know what, you could even turn these ones into Easy Ease keyframes, and if you wanted to get into graph for that, you could as well. So now I'm really happy with what my transition looks like. The final thing that we need to do is we need to add some motion blur. To do this is to just click this little icon over here, which is called motion blur. And when you do that, it will create a motion blur on that adjustment layer, which then appears over your two video layers, and there you have a nice smooth zoom transition from one clip to the next clip. Anyways guys, we're going to leave it there. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you found this tutorial very useful. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.